Good to be with you today. I hope that you've been able to enjoy some of the weather, get outside, but stay cool. Again, this space is a cooling space. We have fans and water for people who need it, so if you run across somebody who needs some cooling, send them down. We'll get them a fan to help them through the heat. Also, Vacation Bible School is going on. They have about 80 kids, a little over 80 kids participating in Vacation Bible School, which is a good number. So also tomorrow, on Thursday at 3:30, you're invited to show up at Bethany Lutheran and see what the kids have learned this week. And they'd love to see you there. They'd love to perform for you. So you're invited Thursday at 3:30. So for this meditation, we are still in this convoluted story of David and Saul, King Saul and then King David. And it's really kind of a messy story. But for this week, we come to that place where Saul has been killed in battle. Also, his son Absalom has been killed in battle. But it's not quite yet certain that David is going to be king, right? Again, it's a messy story. Though God has anointed David, that doesn't necessarily make him king. And so in the meantime, between that anointing and this killing of Saul, David has been trying to build up his support. So it's there when he takes over as king. But at the same time, Saul has been trying to kill David, right? To rid himself of this would-be king. So anyway, we come to the place where Saul dies in battle, so does his son. And David writes the Song of the Bow. You might remember that David is well known for writing a number of the Psalms. So he writes the Song of the Bow as a lament to King Saul and his son Absalom. Now, for those of us in the West, we see this with cynical eyes, right? What is David's agenda in writing this song and asking the public to perform it, to mourn, to lament with him, right? We see this as a way of David trying to portray himself as a righteous sort, right? Trying to raise that public opinion of himself. So we read it through cynical eyes. But we also have to realize David is beloved by the people of Israel for a reason. Not simply because he's mighty in battle, not simply because he has a way with words, but David is followed because he shows his feelings. That's the odd thing of David. He is free with his emotions. He's free with his feelings, and he shares them no matter what they are in the moment. Again, us in the West are very cynical of people who show their feelings, right? But David is free. David lives in response to God's voice in his head, right? And God's voice in his head and in our head is going to bring up within us many different kinds of emotions. So if we repress some of those emotions, be they grief or pain or anger or even utter joy, right? If we repress those kind of feelings, are we repressing God's voice in our life? So that's the meditation for this week. Okay? How free and authentic with your emotions and your feelings are you? Do you live out? And do you think that if we're not free with our feelings, are we not free with God? Just a question. I'm not sure what the answer is. We'll see you soon.